Fellow creators, what's up? This is James from Forest Park DIY, where independent musicians learn how to manage their own damn careers. Welcome to the DIY Music Management Podcast. Before we get started, I just want to remind you that you're always invited to email in a question, and I will hit it on one of these programs. So if you have any questions regarding any aspect of managing your project, hit me up, james@forestparkdiy.com. Leave me a question, and I'll try to get to it. All right, so today I want to have a conversation about social media, and specifically a formula that helps you to balance the types of posts that you make. And this is the type of thing that if you do it right, you can earn a lot of fans and followers. But if you ignore it, or you didn't know that it existed, you're going to have people jumping ship, like when there's an annoying drunk dude on the subway or something. So try not to be that band. This is a principle that's closely related to the single release promo content calendar that many of you that are listening probably have from me. But if you don't, you can get this free guide on how to promote your upcoming single at forestparkdiy.com. So this formula or rule, it takes away the guesswork of deciding what types of content to post to your socials. And before we reveal the formula, let me ask you, when you're on your Instagram feed, you ever get the sense that some artists, they have this desperate vibe to them? Like they're always asking you to do something, like watch this or pre-save this or buy this. Now, on the other hand, do you ever sense that some artists are just so confident and they're always giving you cool insight into their lives and into their music? Their vibe is more like, my life is interesting, and yeah, you can watch if you want. Come on in. There's a big difference between those two styles of posting. One is asking, and one is giving. And I can already hear people saying, but I see plenty of artists asking me to pre-save or to watch or whatever. And yeah, that's a perfectly healthy thing to do, to ask followers to do something for you. But a wall with only those types of posts where you just ask and ask and ask, you're not going to build an audience. People are going to leave your page because they don't want to feel like they're constantly being sold to. So here we go. Enter the magic formula here. The 70-20-10 rule. Have you heard of this bad boy before? If you have, that's great. Go out and share it with people. We need all the help we can get. If you haven't heard of it before, here's a quick overview so you can start incorporating it. So social media experts, they've observed that follower and engagement growth happens when content creators follow a posting strategy in specific proportions. And here it is. 70% of your posts should be personality posts. 20% of your posts should be shared from other sources, other users, other bands, other creators. So the last 10% should be promotional posts. The posts where you're asking people to do something like listen to my song or pre-save my track, tune in for my live stream on Friday or whatever. So let's get into these just a little bit more in depth. So the personality posts that make up 70% of your wall, they should be an exposition of your unique qualities, what makes you you. There are plenty of people out there doing hip hop or indie rock or soul or whatever it is. Why should they choose you over the other bands? And the reason is because you're unique. You have your own unique personality. And 70% of these posts need to be showing that. They could be certainly based in your music and your art, and they should be, but they don't need to be limited to that. For example, you could post a video of your band practice or your recording sessions. Those would be music-based personality posts. But you can also post things like your pets or your culinary creations. My band, we got a dude that cooks incredible food, and he does an Eggs Benedict update every week. He's always cooking Eggs Benedict and filming it, and people tune in to see it get better every week. But it gives them a window into what we're about, and it makes people appreciate it. So you can include posts about your travel photography, your home or your hobbies, your drugs, if that's your scene, whatever. Just give them a window into who you are through these posts. And remember, you're not selling anything in these posts. You're not promoting anything necessarily. Okay, so 20% of your posts should be shared from different sources. You can give your idols and your contemporaries a shout. This is a great way to build your audience, and it's also a great way to provide good content without having to spend a ton of time reinventing the wheel every time. You can just simply share somebody else's cool post. And imagine it, if you make music that people that like Tyler, the Creator, would also dig, you can share some of his posts, and then those types of folks would be really engaged on your wall because you're sharing his stuff. It is just a great way to build your audience. So that 20% is really critical, and it's a really easy, awesome hack for providing good content consistently. So make sure you use that tactic. Okay, and then so the remaining 10%, the promotional material, this is where you get to say, listen to my new song, pre-save my new track, tune in for my live stream. These are the ask posts. And like we were saying before, it's totally okay to make these posts, but you just need to make sure that they are just a tiny fraction of your wall. They're necessary completely, and you should be proud to make these CTAs, these call to actions, but make sure you keep them to 10% of your output. Otherwise, people are going to feel like they're being sold to, and that's desperate, and that is just not a good vibe. Don't do it. So you might be thinking, I'm releasing a single. How do I integrate this 70-20-10 rule when I have so much that I'm trying to communicate in terms of details for my release? It feels like you're going to be posting way too much promotional material. Well, okay, so the trick is to create this hybrid style of post where you're sharing the story or the journey of your single release and creation. For example, a video of your band loading into your favorite studio with text that says something like, "We love this place. Have you been to Gradwell House yet? We're tracking our upcoming single here. Can't wait to share it." That's a personality post at its core. Yeah, you're sneaking in some promotion, but you're not doing it in a way that people are going to feel like they're being sold to. And so, all in all, don't be intimidated by this whole thing. Just be aware. You don't need to get out pen and pencil and work out the arithmetic of the percentages of your posts. Just know that the majority of what you're posting should be interesting, and it should be the type of thing that when you scroll through, you go, "Oh, what was that? I want to check that out." That is the bulk of what you got to post. And then every once in a while, you share a post from another creator that's within your world, give them props, tag them, and invite their followers to be a part of your world. And then the type of posts you should be doing the very least are the direct ask or call to action posts where you're saying, "Buy my stuff." And it's completely understandable to have made that mistake. I've made that mistake. Countless artists make that mistake. But just know, the best way to get people to hear you is to make them feel attracted to listening to you, not necessarily like you're pulling. So again, you got to have that mentality of giving, and people will naturally be drawn to you. So, as always, feel free to get in touch if you have any questions about this or any other aspect of taking your artist project from garage to the national stage. You can hit me up at james@forestparkdiy.com and ask me questions, and I'll hit them on this program. And if you'd like weekly updates like this sent to your email inbox, where we talk about different topics to help the independent musician manage themselves, sign up for my mailing list. You can head over to forestparkdiy.com and do that there. So, happy creating, be heard. The world needs your voice now more than ever, so get out there. All right, have a good one.